Hey, beautiful people, welcome to another weekly tutorial. My name is Blessing of Sue with Octavia, and in this video, we are going to be learning how to make this kimono bubu dress with pockets. This is a customer request, and so it was stoned for a bling effect. You can choose not to do stone yours, it's also okay. If it's your first time seeing us, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and also do well to turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified when we drop new videos. Now, for a length of 60 inches, I used 4 yards of fabric because the client wanted it flowing, and I used 1 yard of velvet fabric for the band. So right now I've highlighted all my measurements: my shoulder, shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, and shoulder to hip. Then the full length of the dress I've seen below. So the next thing I did was to mark my neckline. I worked with a 3 inches wide by a 1.5 inch depth for the back. So that's what I did, 3 inches by 1.5. And the next thing I did was to do my round bust measurement. I did my actual measurement and added 1 inch for ease before I added 1 inch for allowance. Same thing I did for my under bust, my waist, and my hip. I added 1 inch ease at all points. So that's what you see. You see three markings there, which is the actual, the ease, and also the allowance. Because it's a boo boo dress, it's not supposed to be tight. So the 1 inch for ease is supposed to take care of that. So I connect my lines as so. So for the sleeve, it's a cut together sleeve. So I worked with a sleeve length of 12 inches and a sleeve width of 10 inches. So I blended it to the main body measurement outline, which I already have. Then I now cut. After cutting out the back, the next thing is to get the front. Now we already mentioned that this is a kimono styled bubu, so I wouldn't be needing the neckline area of the back. So what I did was I folded out just like the way I'm folding it out, where the neckline started from at the back. I folded it out, which is that. You remember we said we used 3 inches by 1.5. That's 3 inches wide for the neckline. So that 3 inches is what I'm actually folding in because I don't need it to reflect in the front part. The band will take care of that. Okay, so I fold it and now cut the same outline for the front. So now we have our back and our front piece ready. Next thing I want to do is to join shoulder to shoulder of both the back piece and the front piece. So after joining the shoulder to shoulder, the next thing I did was to measure from one end of this dress to the other end of this dress. This is to help me determine the length of the band I'm going to cut, how long the band is going to be. So I took my tape, I folded it into two from the neckline of the back. I folded it and I measured what I had. So after measuring, I think I had about 126 or thereabouts. I think 126, which means when I'm going to be cutting my band, my velvet band, there has to be a joining somewhere. So I made the joining be at the center of my back neckline. So you have to cut a long strip of velvet, iron facing, for reinforcement so that it's easy to sew and it's also firm. So here I have cut out 3 inch wide band, which I'm supposed to use for the neckline to finish up the neckline, and I've ironed interfacing on the fabric because, like I said, we are using velvet, and to give it a bit of stability, I ironed facing, joined at that part to make it longer before I pinned it round the neckline from top to bottom. like that. So after pinning it, I went ahead to sew it down on the fabric and gave it a good press. Now we're going to incorporate our pocket. I cut out a square shape pocket and I also used the velvet strip which you earlier cut to also further decorate the pocket. So this is what it looks like after I have sewn the pocket and sewn in the band. So now it's for you to determine the neckline, how visible you want the neckline to be. So this is me arranging one, like you have to overlap one part of the band on top the other neatly. Then you sew from where you want your neckline to start. For me, I came down by 12 inches from the shoulder at that point, and I sewed it down up to about 10 inch from about 15 inch rather from the hem of the dress. So from 12 inches from shoulder to 12 inches, then from there I sewed and stopped at 15 inches before the hemline. So that 15 inches serves as my slit. So this is what it looked like after I finished joining it. And for a little bit of shimmer and shine, the customer requested that the velvet part, which is the band, be stoned. So I use Swarovski stones for this part. Now, for stoning, you can do it hand picked the way I am doing it, and I use a steam iron. That is why I'm able to apply the iron directly on my fabric. If you don't have a steam iron, you can use a wet handkerchief. So after doing that, this is what I did gently, and at the end of the day, we had a beautiful dress. I hope you'll be trying this out. Kindly leave me a comment in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up, like, and turn on post notification. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.